What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? And today I want to talk about Unreal Tournament and why I think that this game really needs to make a total comeback. Because, opposite that of Call of Duty PvP, multiplayer, and Battlefront and Quake and Doom from back in the day, I really think that Unreal Tournament is definitely one of these games that really started the whole entire PvP other than Doom or Quake did, or Call of Duty or Battlefront. But heretofore, I want to explain why I think that Unreal Tournament needs to make a comeback and why I think it's definitely one of my favorites. Because coming from not much of a PvP player, I think Unreal Tournament is by far one of my favorite PvP multiplayer games of all time, amongst, from other titles. But I think when it comes to Unreal Tournament, I really think that where this game really benefited or where it came from and what the original 1999 game was able to implement with multiplayer, along with a really captivating and single player mode and component to it. Now, I think when it came to Unreal Tournament, this game is like I said, it's by far one of the most favorited games of all time, amongst others. We've had spawned of Quake 3 Arena, Quake Team, or something like that, or Quake Champions. I mean, we've had all these different types of PvP games, but I think Unreal Tournament really hits the cake. It hits differently than from any other PvP games, and I actually thoroughly believe that. And the reason why I say that is because I think Unreal Tournament, it's one of those games where you can do different types of modes. I mean, obviously you can do different types of modes in a Call of Duty PvP or Battlefront, but you have capture the flag, you have checkpoint systems, you can be able to hold a specific position in the game as well when you're playing multiplayer to a certain degree or extent. And I think that's why I think that multiplayer Unreal Tournament is, like I said, it's one of my favorites because it's the fact that it takes place in an Unreal universe to a certain degree. And I think that's what's so fascinating about this title or about these games in general. And it's awesome. Like I said before, coming from not much of a PvP player, but I have played PvP Battle Royale Fortnite. I've played some Battlefront and Call of Duty PvP as well. But I think Unreal Tournament, like I said, it just hits so differently. And I think it really has to do with it's the nostalgia factor to it because when it comes to nostalgia and when it comes to online PvP, I think Unreal Tournament just has that type of vibe to it. And I was actually talking to a friend of mine not too long ago. We were discussing about online PvP games in particular, other than Unreal Tournament. And we've had Unreal Tournament 3, the Leandry conflict, if I remember correctly. That sounds right. And I played most of the Unreal tournaments, and that's why say that I think Unreal Tournament needs to make a full comeback. There's no question about it because this game just really represents of what a first-person shooter PvP game should do and what it entails. And I just love first-person shooters, and I think that's where the first-person shooter genre comes in and the aesthetic feel to it because Unreal Tournament just really provides where this game or these PvP games is the fulcrum of multiplayer gaming in general in the not too distant future. Because bear this in mind that there are a lot of multiplayer gamers out there other than single player gamers such as myself. However, what I think when it comes to Unreal Tournament though, this game is just going to make a 100% positive comeback if it ever comes back. I really think that's where this game really holds up. I mean, I have not played much lately, obviously, because I don't have the means to access a certain Unreal Tournament type of game out there for console or for PC, which I do have one. But this is the reason why I wanted to make this video, is because I want to talk about why I think that this game was like one of the most important games of first-person shooter PvP gaming in general, and Unreal Tournament was no exception. I think that this game really benchmarked the most pinnacle of first-person shooter multiplayer games in history, opposite that of Doom or Quake. And all I can say is this. Do I recommend going back to replaying some of the old school Unreal Tournament games, much like Quake Champions or the Leandra Conflict Unreal Tournament 3? Yes, I do. I really think that these games really just bear the fruit of our labor when it comes to first-person shooter gaming in general, whether if it's single player or PvP. So, anyways, so much further ado, this is Jake from Citizen JV. Thank you for tuning in. Greatly appreciated. Any comments or questions, please feel free to put them in the comment section below. And if you like this content, please hit that like and subscribe, and I'll chat you guys later, and have a good rest of your 4th of July weekend. Peace.